Alright folks, how you doing? Welcome back to Tribe of Judah. And in this presentation we're going into the origins of Scotland from when Scotland was Jewish. Disclaimer, under section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use. Scotland today. Scotland today is a country smaller than South Carolina with about 5 million inhabitants, 2/3 of whom live in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Dundee, Aberdeen, Inverness and Stirling, half the size of England. It has a higher standard of literacy and education and as many urban centres and universities as its southern neighbour. Northern latitude. Scotland is located on the same northern latitude as Labrador, Norway and Moscow. The average summer temperature registers a brisk 57 degrees. It has been said there are two seasons in Scotland, June and winter. Although Scotland is home to one of the oldest continuous kingdoms and parliaments in existence, its political standing as a part of the United Kingdom remains ambiguous. National identity. Quote, the sense of national identity seems to have emerged much earlier here than elsewhere in Europe, according to a leading authority. The National Tourism Board captures this distinction very delicately when it says that Scotland's civic culture and nationhood are not readily defined but readily indefinable. Scottish history. So the question arises of why the influence of this rather small, inclement and remote nation should loom so large. The pursuit of its native history was long prohibited in Scotland. Elitist English authorities excluded Scottish history from the national curriculum as a matter of educational policy. The Scottish Historical Society. In 1949, Lord Cooper complained to the Scottish Historical Society that it was possible for a Scottish student to take a degree in history without any knowledge of Scottish history. Quote, there was a subject called British history, which proved on examination to be English history with occasional side glances at Scotland through English spectacles. A profusion of general surveys. If the modern history of Scotland is unsettled, there is even less agreement about the medieval period. As one American historian comments, quote, Scottish history suffers from a profusion of very general surveys, a multitude of specialised studies and monographs, and not enough good books. The emergence of Scotland. This appraisal applies with particular aptness to the early period of Scottish history, where both specialists and generalists find it difficult to come to terms with the emergence of Scotland against the backdrop of European history. The Stuart dynasty. The Stuart dynasty remains particularly mystifying until the appearance of an official genealogical compilation in the 1990s, and some would say even after it. The origins of the Scottish royal family were simply not known. So there we have it for part one. Join me for part two. Thanks for watching.